Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we have the first video on our series Blend Kinematics of Rigid Bodies. Gonna try to solve some problems about the rigid bodies. Today we have like a short video to kind of like get you familiar for how to solve the rigid body problems. Okay, so the problem say the Scotch-yoke mechanism converts rotational motion of the disk to oscillatory translation of the shaft for given values theta, omega, alpha, r, d. Here determine the velocity and acceleration at point P of the shaft. Okay, so this one is kind of really simple. You try to get like the velocity and acceleration at B, so like we're gonna deal on the x-axis. So we can write it down from what we learned before: x equal r cosine theta, because that is the theta, that's r. You take r cosine theta to make it in the x-axis, but that's not done. Plus d. What is d? As the distance here. Okay, no matter what is, if that is a number or not, you're gonna make the addition for this one. Okay, so let's try to get the velocity for it. We know that dx for dt equal velocity, right? So let's make a differentiation for this one. So v equal negative r sine theta. Okay, that's not done. You know, like you differentiate from x in terms to t, but here there is theta, so basically you're gonna make d theta dt. You differentiate for the theta in terms of time. Okay, also if you don't know about this one, but d theta dt equal omega. Okay, so basically we're gonna move d theta dt out with omega, so v equal negative r sine theta omega. Okay, that is the first thing he wants us to get, determine the velocity. So if you don't know about it, dx dt is velocity, d theta dt is angular velocity, which is the omega. Okay, so how to get acceleration? So also dv, that might be familiar to you, dv equal dv dt, acceleration equal dv dt. So basically we're gonna make another differentiation for this one. So a equal negative r cosine theta. Okay, and over omega by itself. Okay, again, you still also need to differentiate in terms of theta, so it will be d theta dt plus, because now you need, it's kind of like the product cross product differentiation, so now you're going to differentiate in terms of omega. So negative r sine theta alpha. What is alpha? Is the differentiation of the omega over dt equal alpha. Okay, so basically, and we know d theta dt is omega, so a equal negative r cosine theta omega squared minus r sine theta alpha. Right, so now we have the two two things that you want us, the velocity and the acceleration. As I say, this video is like kind of really simple, just make a differentiation. The next videos we're gonna go more deeply and more complex equations, so be sure, if you're not subscribed for our channel, subscribe, because we're gonna make a lot of videos on how kind of like give you more knowledge about how to solve the rigid body equations. And see you later.